Hello to all, and welcome to the first episode of The Conservative Cut. Wow, for the last 3 years, I've been praying on this opportunity. I've thought about starting a Christian podcast. I've thought about starting a political podcast, sports podcast. It's been a dream of mine to do something like this. I've always loved to use my voice to try to make a difference in people's lives. So I'm so happy that this opportunity has came. Thank you to all the people that have helped me get here and start this opportunity and get it rolling for me. I just want to also thank God for the opportunity, because without Him, nothing is possible. Some of you might be wondering, what is the Conservative Cut? What is your mission here? And I would say, to put into short, the Conservative Cut's mission is just to be the voice for the American people. I'm not a politician, I'm not a media insider, I'm just a patriot who wants to seek the truth and change the narrative. You know, there's also the other aspect where Charlie Kirk, who was such an inspiration to me, he said once, when people stop talking, things go bad. And I couldn't agree with this more, because you've seen that one comment or one thing you say could get you beat or killed. And so I think it's a great opportunity to use my voice to try to make a difference, whether that's in the local community or in the national community. I want to take concepts that we as a local community, or a national community maybe even, find controversial. And I want to talk about these things. I want to find some ground to speak truth, because we as a community need to get together. Stop this divide that is going on and stop extreming our beliefs, instead talking to each other. Because when we stop talking, not only do things go bad, but we are just pulling ourselves further and further away from each other, and that can't happen anymore. It's tearing our nation apart. It's also tearing our local communities up. And that is why I am here today for the first episode, Katie Allen. Welcome to The Conservative Cut. Let's dive in. Today we are going to be focusing on the local community of Manhattan, Kansas. More specifically, someone I find to be a very sick individual in Dr. Katie Allen. Dr. Allen was elected as vice president on the USD 383 School Board of Education in the state of Kansas. As you know, on September 10th of 2025, we lost an amazing influence and political activist in Charlie Kirk. After Charlie's assassination, Dr. Allen commented on a Facebook post regarding his assassination and said, "Well deserved." I just find that sick. Not just because it's her and she's representing children ages 5 to 18, but because she wasn't the only one. We've had millions of people celebrating the death of someone who was exercising his rights of free speech. When are we going to learn that you're allowed to have your opinions? Whether you agree with me or disagree, I still respect you. I just find it so awful that people think it's okay that he died. I mean, he was a father, a husband, a friend, an influence, somebody that promoted peace through chaos. Katie Allen believes that Charlie Kirk deserved to die. USD 383 had a school board meeting to discuss whether or not she should resign. She can't be fired as it's an elected position, but the community had an ability to speak, and Dr. Allen also made a statement.
I take full responsibility for the words and actions that had led to this conversation. My words have hurt a lot of people, and I am deeply sorry for that. I've thought a lot and read a lot about what it means to be a leader. Perfection wasn't on any of these lists. One stupid mistake does not define anyone, nor eliminate the possibility of doing good work moving forward. There's no way to control what other people put about you online. Discussing the facts and making sure that you understand, instead of attacking people personally. And mostly, let's all be kind.
Look, before I say anything else, I want to address the fact that I know I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I have so much to learn. We all make mistakes. I can at least accept the fact that Katie Allen thinks she made a mistake, but I'll tell you why I don't believe her. Sometimes we as humans will get these thoughts in our head and we wonder why. We ask ourselves, well, why did I think that? Why did this come into my head right now? And I know that there were more people than just those that presented it on social media that were celebrating internally at first that Charlie Kirk had died. But that's when, for most people, critical thinking comes into play. Am I just reacting out of emotion? Or do I actually believe this? And I guarantee you, 99 out of 100 people, when they actually sit down and process the fact they were happy somebody was dead, would actually get to the point of, wow, I feel so bad for his wife. I feel bad for his daughter. I feel bad for his friends. I feel bad for all of the people who felt an impact from him. What I'm trying to get at here is, yes, Dr. Allen, I agree with you. It was a mistake that you originally thought that you were happy that Charlie Kirk was dead. But then rather than critically thinking and thoroughly evaluating what she said, she instead grabbed her phone, pressed the comment button, typed 13 different characters, and then pressed the submit button and commented, well deserved. She doubled down on her original thought, and doubling down is not a mistake. The thing about doubling down is not only is it not a mistake, but it's honestly purposeful action. You can't tell me that she grabbed her phone, read the post, pressed the comment button, again, typed all those characters and then pressed submit on accident. Not a mistake at all. The ironic part to me is that she did thoroughly believe that Charlie deserved to die, and then publicity came. And when the publicity came, is all of a sudden went, oh, poor me. I'm a victim. I'm a victim and I didn't mean anything at all and I should hold my positions. Poor me. I'm so sorry. Of course you're sorry because the public's looking at you now like you're a complete idiot. You're not sorry, Katie. And see, where I stand now because of everything that I've said so far is that, again, she represents children. So knowing that Dr. Allen had said what she had, I went and spoke at the school board meeting. And this is what I had to say. I want you and I just to take a look at this poster if that's possible. We'll come back to number 1, but number 2, it's okay to have different opinions and talk about them. 3, America is great and has so much potential to be even better. We just have to work together to shape it into all it could be. Charlie taught this individual that. So I ask, how dare you, Katie? How can we as a community trust that these kids and our future kids are safe to have their opinions with while you hold the position you're in? How do we know that these kids are being taught the simple principles of just being a good person? The current president has helped create a chapter of 30 students, and I applaud him for having the courage to do so. Because speaking from experience, I've created 2 myself. Courage is exactly what it takes to be willing to start a TPUSA chapter nowadays, knowing people like you want us dead. I will stand here each and every meeting backing kids that looked up to Charlie so they know that not only they deserve their right to opinion, but they don't deserve death for doing so. Back to number 1 on this poster. I am praying for you, Katie, but only because you need Jesus in this time of your life to keep you sane from the army that is coming your way. I want to start by saying that this is not a political stance whatsoever. This is common sense. I want to address a few things that I said in that speech, because there's a lot to unravel and a lot that can be taken in the wrong ways. The first thing that I would like to address is courage is exactly what it takes to start a TPUSA chapter knowing people like you want us dead. Courage is exactly what it takes to start any political organization. But at this point in time, right now, especially Turning Point USA, because there are people celebrating the death of an amazing political activist who is an influence to many who I share beliefs with and probably many of you share beliefs with as well. That's scary. Because we have to go out and voice our opinions. We have to still make a difference and pick up the work right where Charlie left off, knowing damn well we could get beat or shot. Members of the Turning Point USA chapter at the Manhattan High School should not have to be afraid to voice their opinions because people like Dr. Allen hold the positions they're in. So the whole reason I went there is to voice that I have their back and that somebody has their back. Dr. Allen needs to be gone. Plain and simple. But I also am praying for her. Which leads me into the next thing I'd like to address. I am praying for her because there is an army coming her way. But I'm also praying for her for more than just that. She needs Jesus. Because Jesus is the only person, place, thing, being, however you want to address Jesus yourself. Jesus is the only way to get forgiveness, no matter the sin that you have committed. Regarding the army that is coming her way, many took it as a threat. It's not. It's not a threat, but she needs to know what she's done. And people like me, we're not going to stop until she is gone. I understand how that can be seen as a threat, but it's far from it. Nobody's actually going to come for her. I'm not promoting violence, but actions do have consequences. And to the people saying that she has her right to free speech, you're right. 100% right. She can say whatever she wishes, whatever she pleases, but at the end of the day, she celebrated death. I wouldn't be able to get a job and just walk into somewhere with my digital footprint showing that I celebrated the death of any single person. So why should she get to keep her job where she's representing the future of children? There are consequences for her actions. To end off tonight, I got 2 messages. First being the local Manhattan community. The children need people like you and me to stand up and fight. They need you and me to show up consistently. If we sit and be silent, she wins. We have to continue to stand up for what is right and push out the wrong, but we also have to remain peaceful and use our ears and listen. I am going to keep up my end of the fight. I am going to keep up my end of my promise and continue to show up until she is gone. So my only question is, why can't you? You know, I used a quote at Charlie Kirk's vigil when I was speaking to the audience, and I thought it works perfectly here in the message I want to give you. We often know the right thing to do, but the hardest step forward is the next one. I urge you to take that step. Fight with me. Fight with the many others that want to protect the children. And now my final message for the night. Dr. Katie Allen, I am here, as promised, and I will never shy away. You knew better than to post what you did about Charlie Kirk's assassination. It was not a mistake. And to see you victimizing yourself now, saying, I will not be bullied out of my position. Nobody's bullying you. How about you wake up and realize what you said? Step away and do the right things for the children. Let them feel safe to have their own opinions and stop making this all about you. This is your fault. When you come to realize what you've done, you're gonna realize, wow, I've divided this community. Wow, even my friends on the board want me gone. But hey, I'm gonna do the worst thing possible and make this about me and make everybody's lives harder by staying involved with the board. I mean, what is the point? Why are you still here? The kids deserve better than you. The board deserves better than you. So I'm gonna keep my end of the promise. I am right now. And if you're still here by the next school board meeting, I'll be asking you the same 2 questions that I asked you in the last meeting. You know exactly what those 2 are. That's a pretty easy question to answer regardless of what I said before, especially if I think what I said was a mistake. If it was a mistake, I would have looked me in the eyes and said, no, those kids do not deserve to die. They have freedom to their opinion and they should feel safe, and I'm so sorry they don't. But instead, you sat and you didn't say anything at all. On the other end of the stick, I also don't want to see you struggle. I can't imagine what you're going through right now, and I feel that. I can feel how hard this must be for you. I don't feel bad for you, but I also don't want to see you struggle. The best thing you can do just for yourself is stepping down. Katie, I ask, why not? Why can't you step down? What is holding you back? Step down, stop playing the victim, stop making this about you. Put the children first and do the right thing and get the hell away. This is The Conservative Cut. See you next time.